So if you're from Africa, why are you white?
Oh my God, Karen, you can't just ask people why they're white.
From now on, I too will be abstinent. I'll be as untouched as the turn signal in an Asian woman's car.
How much signal I need to cut across 8 lane? None? I turn now. Good luck, everybody else!
Return to Japanese girls think small versions of things are really cute.
Oh, look at my tiny dog. I'm gonna put it in my tiny purse. Tiny phone. Tiny everything. Peter, have you seen...
You're like a black woman in hindsight.
I told you. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you? 'Cause I told you. And when did I tell you? A long time ago. And what did I say will happen when I told you? Exactly what just happened.
Yes, I suppose so. Listen, why don't we head back to my place, grab a bite to eat, and watch the big curling match on TV? Canada's in the World Final against Mexico.
No, 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 no.
There you go, being confident, like an Italian guy in any given theoretical situation.
If that was me, I'm just saying, if that was me, they are lucky that was not me. Because if the circumstances were such as you have described them, but with me in them, that's a very different and scary outcome for those involved.
Yeah, I mean, we're tighter than an Asian family.
You doctor yet?
No, Dad, I'm 12.
Talk to me when you doctor.
We now return to...
I say, Ahmed, what is that thing you people do when you're about to assassinate an infidel?
Ah, you mean this?
Oh, God, yes, I love that.
Excuse me. Do you by any chance have 30 cents? I'm short for the bus.
Sorry, I don't have cash. Maybe just in my metro.
Alright, yeah. Thank you.
You don't know what time the bus comes to you.
Oh, it should be another 2 minutes then.
What one are you catching?
Just the 11.
Just from Melbourne, so I'm not quite sure, like, where to go.
Do you want bus to catch you?
Well, I need to head up to Burnside, so would that be the B11?
No, you're better off catching the 1-4s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. How much is the bus here?
It's about $2.50.
$2.50. Sweet. You don't happen to have this 50 cents? I've got $2 bill. So you do have money?
Yeah.
Wow.
argument about race. Now, sociologists are going to make the argument that race is socially constructed. But professor, I know that it's biological. Well, I understand how you could think that because we categorize people into racial groups based on significant physical features that we deem important, most notably skin color. However, I guarantee that somebody watching this video right now has been mistaken for a different race category than what they actually belong to. The fact that you get mistaken for the wrong racial category means that race is socially constructed. The way that we interact with people in our society, the way that people interact with others and decide their racial category based on physical features that we feel are important, is how we know that race is socially constructed.
You know, when something horrible happens in the world, you'll see the rise of two types of people. Number one, people who don't let fear divide them and instead choose to come together. And number two, racist idiots who don't deserve an internet connection. And here's the thing, right? I just don't like when people are bad at things. If you're gonna be racist, at least do it right. And look at this comment under my YouTube video. Go back to your country, you terrorist Paki, Afghan Indian Muslim slut. Hashtag make America great again. Now, I don't mean to discourage Merrick. Okay? He seems like a great guy. But your stupidity bothers me. Okay? First and foremost, let's make education great again. In fact, hello and welcome. We'll begin by taking attendance. Are you here? Of course you are. YouTube comments are how you feel validated. Today we're going to be taking a trip around the world, so you'll need to pack. It's probably been years since you've had the chance to use your passport, just like your penis. But don't worry, this time you'll actually take off. To go back to my foreign country, we'll need to fly a long 45 minutes all the way back to Canada. But I'm assuming you thought my country was somewhere else, so let's fly across the world to the country of Paki, Afghan, India. India is all the way over here, across the ocean. So unfortunately, you won't be able to drive your trailer there. Oh, Kofefe. Once you board your flight, settle in. It's going to be a long journey. But that's okay, you can take a good rest. It must be so exhausting to walk right through airport security. The aircraft you're flying will probably be a double-decker, which means it'll have about 300 to 400 people on board, which is approximately the same amount of people at Trump's inauguration. JK, that's an alternative fact. But you're probably used to those from watching so much Fox News. Please note that we're not gonna fly through the Bermuda Triangle because things mysteriously disappear there. In fact, that's probably where your education went. We're going to fly across the Atlantic Ocean, around Africa, and through this passageway that's very narrow. Just like your mind. You may recognize some of these countries we're flying over as places immigrants come from to steal your jobs, or just the same countries you steal oil from. Once we reach our destination, you'll notice that India, Pakistan, and Afghanistan are actually 3 separate countries. You silly American Aussie Brit. When you land and are going through customs and they ask for your occupation, make sure you say trash can. And when they ask your date of birth, be sure to say 3000 BC. You effing caveman. You'll notice right away that India is full of beautiful sights and culture. And I know what you're thinking. It probably smells like curry. And you know what? You're right. And it's delicious. And although there are approximately 175 million Muslims in India, there are approximately 2 billion in the whole world. Which means if every Muslim was a terrorist, you wouldn't stand a goddamn chance. Good thing they're not. Now that we're here, the good news is your wife can save all that money she spends at tanning salons trying to look closer to my complexion. Quick travel tip. If you're going to India, they don't kill cows there, so there's no beef. But don't worry, because if you kill anything, it'll be considered mental illness. So you're good. I hope you've enjoyed this trip to where you think I'm from. And I promise, if I ever meet a genie, all 3 of my wishes will be for you to get an atlas. To be honest, whether I went back to my country of Pakistan, India, or even Canada, I don't see how that would benefit you, since my tax bracket helps pay for your kids' education. You're welcome, Timothy.
No one wants to go back in time but white men. Like, there's no other time for anyone else to have a great time. Does your husband look younger than you do? Because that's a crime.
What does he have to do with anything? I don't care if he looks younger than me or not.
How many of the wives look older than their years and tragically older than their husband?
Tragically older than their husband.
Getting older is a tragedy, apparently.
As someone who's dating a younger man, I resent that statement.
It's a natural way to look younger after 30, because after 30, you're just done.
I didn't know, like, 30 was old.
It's not! If your husband ever finds out about not storing the freshest coffee, you're gonna get a spanking.
Let a man flip me over like this, unless it's in the bedroom, I don't think so.
This is an advertisement for coffee? This looks like an ad for 50 Shades of Grey.
This just makes me realize everything on Mad Men is not an exaggeration.
She's gonna shoot herself because she's having a bad hair day?
I can't think of a worse message to send to young girls.
Her hair is on point.
Like, let's be real. Like, what is happening here?
You could never, ever get away with this today. But you shouldn't be able to either, because like suicide shouldn't be a joke or a marketing scheme.
Women of the future will make the moon a cleaner place to live.
We're not done cleaning up the earth for men. We're gonna take it to outer space. Sexism exists on the moon.
Were women back then like okay seeing this stuff? For them to constantly be printing this stuff means that like the norm was for this to be okay.
Your guy, your #1 reason for my doll.
Be the you he likes?
Good to be around any day of the month.
My vagina can't.
I totally thought this was like, your guy's gonna give you a headache.
Nope.
Take my doll.
Nope.
No! It's so you cannot give him a headache by being a bitch.
I'm sorry, if he's my reason to take my doll, like, you need a better one.
No.
Not that you're menstruating.
No, it's not that the uterine lining is being ripped out of you. But why is she cleaning if we're advertising cereal?
Keep up with the house while you keep down your weight.
What? No, two gender stereotypes.
So this is for a cereal. This isn't like even a cleaning product. It's also like, these are the only 2 things a woman could be doing.
This is what was supposed to represent women's concerns of the time.
Oh. What's happening here?
They're just looking at her with very predatory eyes.
Absolutely.
It kind of feels like, I mean, it feels like a gangbang to me. It's really scary, actually.
She's just like literally sitting there as a thing that's being used by these dudes.
Now I'm realizing we've kept similar sentiments, just taken away the words. So it's just more subtle, but still f***ed up.
It'll blow your mind away.
And so will she, I guess. But wait a minute, if the burger's gonna blow your mind away, wouldn't the burger be giving you the blowjob?
There was no need to make selling a hamburger sexual.
This is what makes women self-conscious to just eat a banana. I don't like in these sexual ads where the woman looks like she doesn't want it.
This is one of the simplest representations of inequality between men and women.
I would be cool with this ad if this man was also showing me his sexy six-pack and posing like a sexy model.
This looks like an everyday kind of situation. This is clearly a very specific situation.
It looks like they boned and then Nadine got the shirt.
I don't even know how this shirt is gonna look on me.
It's a unisex shirt, so they're trying to sell it to men and women, but both ads make it look like they're selling it to men.
I guess the sexism kind of morphed. It didn't go away or necessarily get better.
Women are being put down in the ads, but in totally different ways.
Before it was like, well, women are only good for cleaning, ha ha ha, they're so dumb. And now it's like, well, women are only good for sex.
I don't know which one is worse, but I know that they both suck.
It seems like the ads are still geared towards